Onassis, the man who wooed Maria Callas and Jackie Kennedy.
Onassis loves Tarrant.
You need anything. Anything. I'll be there.
I've been seeing Onassis.
The Americans give you a rough time, so you take your revenge by marrying their widow.
Yeah, she needs me.
She needs your money, which is easy for you to give.
Tap Jackie's phone.
Tonight at 8 on Central. Onassis.
Certainly burns off the energy, and he needs the vitality that Pedigree Chum gives him.
It contributes greatly to the development and condition of a dog. When it comes to feeding, you must go for the quality food, and Pedigree Chum with its mixer is a must as far as I'm concerned.
Can't beat it, the feeling you get from a Coca Cola. You can't beat the real thing. You can't beat the feeling.
How was school today?
Feed me.
Did the teacher like your project?
Feed me.
Sometimes you instinctively know what they want.
Feed me now.
McCain oven chips will satisfy their little appetite.
Feed me.
They're made with sunflower oil, and there's no better chip for them. So, when they know what they want, and I know what's best for them, I give them McCain.
Ain't that a real mother for you? Yeah, that's a real mother for you, yeah.
Waiter, 4 coffees, please.
Certainly, sir, right away.
4 coffees, Harry.
When you want the taste of ground coffee in an instant, you'll be glad you've got Red Mountain.
Lovely coffee.
Oh, it's nothing. Chef can do it with his eyes closed.
Red Mountain and new smooth Cafe Mountain. It's like ground coffee taste without the grind.
You could win £25,000 playing New Sun Bingo, but would you be really happy? You could win a fortune on New 2 Go Lotto, but would it change your life?
Nah. Well, maybe.
And now 2 extra ways to win with the brand new Sun game card. A £100,000 prize draw and your amazing colour code card free. Every time you fill the gaps, you win up to £1,000. But it's only money. That's 4 ways to win a fortune with your great new game card. Get it free inside today's Sun.
Meet Vera, Britain's most diabolical dinner lady. Her chocolate pudding is a legend in its own laundry. Too diabolical for her liquid, she thinks. So testing Ariel liquid seems like a waste of time. But Vera doesn't know it's double biological. Unlike hers, which only has 1 cleaning action, Ariel liquid has 2. So while she gets leftovers with her liquid, Ariel polishes off the lot. A first for Vera's chocolate pudding. Ariel liquid, double biologically clean.
It's a tough world. Tuesdays at 9 on Central.
Some old tinker's life's worth more than a young copper's.
She'd just as much right to live.
Taggart.
The very thought of home-baked bread is mouth-watering. And this afternoon on Central, we've got recipes for wholemeal and rye bread in the Farmhouse kitchen in half an hour after the news.
Good afternoon. The lunchtime news from Central. A bomb has exploded in the centre of Derby at an army recruitment centre. 1 woman has been treated for shock, but there were no other injuries. The area was evacuated, but a bomb disposal squad has now declared the area safe.
Emergency services are still dealing with the explosion, which happened shortly after 9 o'clock this morning at the main shopping complex in the centre of Derby. The area was evacuated and roads closed, while Army bomb disposal squads searched in case a secondary device had been planted. They have now given the all clear. Extensive damage was caused to the Army Careers Recruiting Office and other nearby buildings. It's now thought the device was placed on the roof of the Careers Office.
It's been a high explosive used, about 2 or 5 pounds, it's thought at this stage. We brought here all the emergency procedures that you can imagine when dealing with a bomb. We've had no warning whatsoever, and we've had no indication as to who may have laid that device.
Officers from Scotland Yard's anti-terrorist squad are now on their way to Derby.
Police investigating the bombing will be comparing it to February's IRA attack on an army van in Leicester. The bomb was planted while the vehicle was parked next to the city's Army Careers Office. 3 people, including 2 staff sergeants, were injured in the blast. But worse consequences were avoided because the bomb, clamped to the vehicle's underside with magnets, fell off before the explosion. No one was ever convicted, but at the time police warned that there might be an IRA arms cache in the Leicester area. Detectives are still investigating the bombing.
Police in Telford are trying to identify a badly burnt body found after a fire at the Madeley Ski Centre. A post-mortem is being held and forensic scientists are continuing their investigations.
The fire broke out in a wooden building at the Telford Ski Centre in Madeley just after midnight. But it wasn't until later that firemen made the gruesome discovery of a badly charred body.
The fire brigade reported this fire to us at 12:30 this morning. Whilst they were in the process of damping down this fire, some hour later they found the body of a person.
Where did they find it?
They found the body in the remains of the shed, which was very badly burnt during the fire.
Have you any indication who the person is?
We've no indication whatsoever this time.
A roll call was taken at the adjoining Madeley Court School this morning, but all the pupils were accounted for. Forensic scientists have been examining the remains of the buildings for clues, but so far the tragedy is a mystery.
The son of one of Britain's richest men has been killed along with his pillion passenger in a motorcycle accident. The Honourable Matthew Portman, who was 17, crashed near his home in Clifford. Viscount Portman is understood to be among Britain's top 20 richest men with a fortune of around £400 million. There were long tailbacks on the M1 motorway this morning when a lorry carrying 325 sheep overturned. The transporter jackknifed close to the Newport Pagnell service area. The sheep were thrown onto both carriageways and police say about 25 animals were killed. At one stage there was an 18-mile queue of southbound traffic as the sheep were rounded up into a second truck. The motorway was closed for 5 hours but has now been reopened. Organisers of the Handsworth Carnival say the future of the event may be in doubt unless sponsors help fund the celebrations next year. Thousands of people enjoyed the weekend festival of music and dance, which centred on the city's Handsworth Park. The carnival receives a grant from Birmingham City Council towards the cost of staging the event, but some organisers say that isn't sufficient and are calling for private sponsorship to safeguard the carnival's future. And that's it for now. We'll be back at 3:25. Join us then.
Good afternoon, and it's good news I've got for you because the weather's staying basically fine and settled.